Here we are in the finish room. We're going to be applying wipe on poly. This is just polyurethane mixed with mineral spirits. We're going to apply this everywhere around our project, bottom side, top side, all over. I'm going to start by applying it to the bottom, and then I will sit down on the bottom, because it doesn't matter if we wreck that, it's not going to be seen. And then we're going to apply it to everywhere else. When you apply it underneath the top, we are going to apply it, but we don't need to get underneath the slide or in on the bridge. Just try to hit the bottoms the best you can while you're doing the bottom here. You're going to grab yourself a clean little rag like this, and we're going to apply finish to all of our bottoms first. When you're applying finish, you can see it gets shiny, and you can look at your project and see dull spots. Where there's dull spots, you have not put on finish. And the less finish you put on here, the better. You don't want it dripping off. If it's dripping off, you have way too much, and it is actually going to make this harder for you. You're going to have to sand that off and do a lot more work. If you apply too much finish, it will create white spots as it dries. Those white spots will need to be sanded off to fix, and you'll have to reapply finish. Just a little bit of finish, just like glue. Little finish goes a long way. You do not need to apply finish inside the hole where you get your candy. We're going to leave that without finish. When you are done applying finish, the rag that you've used, you are going to put in the flame bucket, which is that red bucket down there. There is the Gumball machine. After the first coat, we are going to wait a full day and apply our second coat. Between coats, we are very lightly going to sand with 320 grit sandpaper. So again, let this dry overnight. Next day, come back, sand it, wipe it clean, apply the second coat. Here it is, day 2. Our finish is all dry. We're going to take our project. We are going to lightly sand on all of our surfaces, trying to remove any dust that may have settled into our finish as it was drying. This is 320 grit sandpaper, extra fine. We're going to very lightly go over our project and sand off all that dust. Now that we have lightly sanded it, we're going to take a paper towel. It's lightly damped, just lightly, and we are going to take this towel and wipe it across our project to try to remove any dust we may have created. If you apply finish over that dust is going to stay in your project. Now we're going to let that dry. Shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. We're going to wipe it off with our hand and make sure all the dust is off and apply our last coat of finish. We are done applying finish to all of our parts. Now that you're done, again, throw your rag into the flame bucket. After another day of drying, these 2 parts will be done. We'll again sand them extremely lightly to knock off any dust or lint that might have came out of our rag. And then we can glue and screw our jar lid to our top. When you're applying finish, be conscious of where you are pulling your rag, where you are dipping it into the polyurethane, and where you have to go to apply it to your project, don't drip it on other people's projects. Here are examples of where they applied finish, it was drying, they dipped it into a little bucket, and then they brought their rag across to do the next project, and they were dripping polyurethane across all these projects and wrecked a good deal of them. So now these students are going to have to sand these spots out and start over with it, applying their finish. Don't make that mistake. Do not drip polyurethane on other people's projects.